Have you ever noticed how tightly we hold on to things we cannot control? Old arguments, regrets, or worries about tomorrow? It's almost like walking through life with a heavy stone clenched in your fist. You know it's hurting you. You know your hand is tired, yet for some reason, you just can't let it go. And maybe, just maybe, that stone has been with you for so long that you've forgotten what it feels like to be free. Welcome, my friend. I invite you to gently set that stone down, at least for a little while, as we enter this guided Buddhist meditation for letting go. This is a space where you don't need to fix anything, prove anything, or carry anything. Here, you are safe to simply breathe, to release, and to rediscover the lightness that has always been inside you. Today, our journey is simple but profound. Together, we will walk through the gentle steps of letting go, not by force, not by pretending the pain never existed, but by turning toward it with compassion, with mindfulness, and with the wisdom that has guided practitioners for centuries. Imagine the relief of loosening your grip, of finally placing down the weight you've carried on your shoulders. That is what awaits you here. So, let's begin by preparing the body. Find a posture that feels both steady and soft. You can sit upright on a chair or cushion, or you may choose to lie down if that feels more natural. Allow your spine to lengthen, yet let your shoulders drop with ease. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable, and give yourself permission to arrive fully in this moment. Take a slow, gentle breath in, and a long, soft breath out. Notice how, even in this simple act of breathing, there is already a lesson. Every inhale is a new beginning. Every exhale is a release. Breathing teaches us that life itself is a constant rhythm of receiving and letting go. As you settle into your breath, I invite you to check in with yourself. Where are you holding tension right now? Perhaps in your jaw, your shoulders, or your chest. Notice it without judgment, as though you were gently shining a warm light into the corners of your body. These tight places are simply reminders they're asking to be seen, and eventually, to be released. And beyond the body, notice the heart. Is there something you've been carrying, an old memory, a disappointment, a grudge that feels heavy? For many of us, the answer is yes. And here's the beautiful truth. You don't need to fight against it. You don't need to solve it this very second. All you need is the willingness to acknowledge it, to breathe with it, and to trust that letting go is possible. In Buddhism, letting go does not mean forgetting or denying. It means creating enough space in your heart that pain no longer controls you. It means returning to the natural flow of life, like a river that keeps moving forward no matter what has fallen into it. And here's a thought I'd like you to hold as we continue. What would your life feel like if you could finally release what no longer serves you? What would open up in your heart? What new joy, or peace, or freedom might you discover? In just a moment, we will explore this together through guided meditation, step by step. But before we go deeper, I want to thank you for being here, for choosing to sit with yourself, and for trusting this practice. As a small gift of gratitude, I've placed a free resource for you in the description below, something gentle to accompany you on your journey beyond this meditation. So stay with me, because the next breath you take could be the first step toward a lighter, freer, and more peaceful you. 1. Connecting with the breath. Let's begin here, with something so simple, yet so often overlooked: your breath. Imagine this. Sarah, a woman in her late 40s, wakes up every morning already exhausted. Before her feet even touch the ground, her mind is racing: work deadlines, bills, family worries, unfinished conversations that loop like a broken record. Her chest feels heavy, her jaw tight. And though she longs for peace, it feels like life just won't slow down. Have you ever felt like Sarah? carrying the weight of your world before the day even begins? If so, you are not alone, and this is where the breath becomes our teacher. In Buddhist practice, the breath is not just air moving in and out. It is life itself, a bridge between body and mind, a reminder that every single moment offers us a chance to begin again. The Buddha once said, "Just as a mother protects her child with her life, so should one cultivate a boundless heart toward all beings." And the breath is how we begin to cultivate that boundless heart by first softening our own suffering, moment by moment. So let's try this together. Wherever you are, allow yourself to settle. Your feet resting on the ground, your hands gently placed on your lap. Or if you are lying down, let your body sink fully into the surface beneath you. There is nowhere else you need to be right now. Nothing else you need to fix. Only this moment. Now, bring your attention inward. Feel the gentle rise of your chest as you breathe in, the soft fall as you breathe out. Don't force it, just notice. Like watching the tide of the ocean, coming in, going out. Each wave unique, yet part of the same rhythm. Take a slow, deep breath in and a long, gentle breath out. Feel the air filling your lungs, expanding your belly. Feel the release as you exhale, letting go of tightness you didn't even know you were holding. This is not about breathing a certain perfect way. This is about remembering that you are alive, that life is moving through you, even in the simplest inhale and exhale. Sarah, in her journey, realized something powerful. When her thoughts began to spiral, she paused. She closed her eyes, placed her hand over her heart, and simply took 3 slow breaths. In those breaths, the storm inside her quieted, not completely gone but softened, like clouds drifting apart to reveal a glimpse of blue sky. That's the gift of the breath. It doesn't erase your problems. It doesn't cancel your responsibilities, but it creates a pause, and within that pause, there is space. Space for peace. Space for clarity. Space for letting go. As you breathe right now, I invite you to notice something deeper. With every inhale, you are receiving. With every exhale, you are releasing. Life itself is teaching you. Nothing is permanent. Everything flows. We receive, we let go, we hold, we release, over and over again. Ask yourself this: what am I clinging to with each breath? And what am I ready to release? Maybe it's an old memory, a harsh word that still echoes, a fear about tomorrow, or simply the stress of this very day. Whatever it is, notice it, acknowledge it, and then, as you exhale, imagine setting it down. Just for this moment, imagine the weight lifting from your shoulders. The Buddha taught that suffering comes from attachment, our tendency to hold on, even to things that hurt us. But he also taught that freedom is possible, here and now, if we can learn to let go. And the breath is our doorway into that freedom. Feel into your body again. The inhale energy, renewal, life entering you. The exhale, release, surrender, a gentle untying of knots within you. This is more than just relaxation. This is practice. This is transformation. Perhaps you notice your mind wandering. That's okay. The mind is like a restless puppy, running in all directions. When it strays, simply guide it back to the breath. With kindness, each time you return, you are strengthening your ability to stay present. Sarah used to believe that peace meant silence or a perfect life, but through breathing practice, she discovered that peace was already inside her, waiting beneath the noise. And every breath was a key to open that door. So now, take 3 slow breaths with me. Inhale deeply. Feel your chest expand. Exhale slowly. Feel your body soften. Again. Inhale, receiving life. Exhale, releasing tension. One more time. Inhale, welcoming the present moment. Exhale, letting go, allowing space for peace. Notice how you feel, even if it's subtle, a little lighter, a little more spacious, a little more at home within yourself. This is the beginning of letting go, not by pushing things away, not by denying pain, but by creating space for it to loosen its grip. And it all begins with something as simple, as miraculous as your breath. So as we continue, carry this awareness with you. Every breath is both a gift and a release. Every breath is life showing you the way forward. Because when you truly connect with your breath, you begin to remember who you really are beneath all the noise. And that memory, that truth, can set you free. 2. Recognizing tension and emotions. Now that you've begun to settle into your breath, let's take the next gentle step. Let's turn inward to recognize what you are carrying inside your body and inside your heart. I want you to meet David. He's in his early 50s, a kind man who's worked hard all his life. From the outside, people see him as reliable, steady, someone who never complains. But on the inside, David often feels like a rubber band stretched too tight. His shoulders ache, his chest feels heavy, as though he's been holding his breath for years. And at night, when the house is quiet, his mind doesn't rest. Old worries circle like restless birds. Maybe you've felt like David too, smiling on the outside, while inside you carry stress, anger, or sadness that never seems to fully leave. Let's pause here. Gently scan your own body, just as David learned to do. Start with your shoulders. Are they lifted, tense, tight? Move to your chest. Does it feel open, or is there heaviness there? Notice your stomach. Is it clenched, restless, unsettled? You don't need to change anything yet. Just notice. Like shining a soft light into a hidden corner, you are simply bringing awareness to what is already there. This practice may sound small, but it is powerful. Because the moment you acknowledge tension, it begins to loosen its grip. The Buddha taught, what is felt is just felt. If pain arises, let it be pain. If joy arises, let it be joy. Simply knowing it for what it is. What he meant is this: suffering grows stronger when we ignore it, deny it, or fight against it. But the simple act of noticing without judgment already begins the process of letting go. Think about it. How often do we push our feelings aside? We say, I'm fine. We tell ourselves to be strong. We distract ourselves with work, with food, with screens. But inside, the feelings are still there, waiting. And the more we resist them, the louder they become. David used to do this too. When anger rose up, he swallowed it. When sadness came, he buried it. Until one day, sitting in meditation, he allowed himself to simply feel. His chest tightened, his eyes filled with tears, and for the first time in years, he whispered, "Yes, this is here." That moment of recognition was the beginning of his healing. So right now, I invite you to do the same. Notice what you're feeling not just in your body, but in your emotions. Is there worry? Is there frustration? Is there grief? Whatever arises, greet it gently. You don't need to fix it. You don't need to explain it. Just allow it to be seen. Imagine your feelings as guests arriving at your door. Some are pleasant, some are difficult. But as the Buddha reminded us, they are all impermanent. They come, they stay for a while, and they go. Your job is not to slam the door in their face. Your job is simply to welcome them, to acknowledge them, and to let them leave when it is time. And here's the paradox. The moment you stop fighting your emotions, they soften. The moment you stop running, you discover that they have less power over you. As you sit here, breathing gently, notice where in your life you've been holding back tears, or forcing a smile, or carrying anger that weighs you down. What would it feel like to simply acknowledge it now? To say quietly, "Yes, I see you. I know you're here." In that acknowledgement, there is already freedom. Because you are no longer trapped inside the emotion. You are the witness of it. You are bigger than your anger. You are wider than your fear. You are the space in which these feelings come and go. David once told me, "I thought facing my pain would destroy me. But when I finally looked at it, it didn't swallow me. It passed through me, and I was still here." That is the gift of recognition. It doesn't break you, it sets you free. So as you breathe, let's try something simple. Inhale and silently say to yourself, "I receive this moment." Exhale and silently say, "I release this tension." Again, inhale, "I see my feelings." Exhale, "I allow them to pass." Notice how your body feels. Notice how your heart feels. Perhaps a little lighter, perhaps a little softer. Remember, in Buddhism, letting go is not about pushing away. It's about holding space for what is real until it naturally dissolves. Recognition is the first step. And with each breath, you are already practicing the art of letting go. So stay here with me. Stay with your breath, your body, your feelings. We've begun to recognize the weight we carry. And in the next step, we will explore how to gently release it, like placing down a stone that no longer needs to be held. 3. The image of letting go. Take a moment and picture this. Imagine you're holding a heavy stone in your hand. You've been carrying it for a long time. At first, you thought you could manage it, but as the minutes pass, the weight grows heavier. Your arm aches. Your grip tightens. And yet you don't let it go. Why? Because some part of you believes you have to keep holding it. Maybe you fear what will happen if you drop it. Maybe you've carried it for so long that it feels like part of you. Now, pause, gently, slowly. Open your hand. Place that stone down on the earth. Feel the weight leave your body. Notice the relief, the freedom, the breath that comes so naturally when you're no longer forcing yourself to carry what was never meant to be carried forever. This is what letting go feels like. Buddhist practice often uses simple images like this because the mind understands stories and pictures in a way words alone can't reach. So let's bring another image. Close your eyes, if you wish. Picture a golden leaf on a tall tree. Autumn has come. The air is cool, crisp. The leaf has lived its full life. It has soaked up the sun, given shade, danced in the wind. And now, gently, it releases. It no longer clings to the branch. It falls, slowly, gracefully, carried by the breeze. You watch as it drifts, spinning lightly, until it touches the ground. There's no struggle, no resistance. The leaf doesn't fight the wind. It simply surrenders to the natural rhythm of life. Letting go in the Buddhist path is not about losing something. It is about giving back to the flow of life what was never truly ours to keep. Think about this for a moment. How many stones are you still carrying? Maybe it's the anger towards someone who hurt you years ago. Maybe it's regret for choices you wish you could undo. Maybe it's the fear of what tomorrow might bring. Each of these is like a stone in your hand, or like a leaf that refuses to fall. The Buddha once said, "Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned." When we cling, we suffer, not because life demands it, but because we refuse to release our grip. But here's the beautiful truth. The moment you allow yourself to open your hand, even a little, you discover that the burden doesn't define you. You are not the stone. You are not the anger. You are not the fear. You are the awareness that sees, that feels, and that can choose to release. Now, let's return to the meditation. Breathe in, gently, deeply. Hold for a moment. And as you breathe out, imagine placing down one of your stones. Maybe it's small, maybe it's heavy. But with every breath out, you're letting it slide away from your grip. Do this again. Inhale, receive life. Exhale, release the burden. Like the leaf, you are learning to trust the wind. Sometimes people ask me, but if I let go, won't I lose something important? Won't I become careless? That fear is natural, but letting go does not mean indifference. It does not mean forgetting or abandoning or pretending things don't matter. Letting go means we stop squeezing so tightly. It means we allow love, grief, joy, and sorrow to come and go without making them into chains. Imagine if the leaf refused to fall. The tree would never make space for new growth in the spring. By releasing, the tree ensures life continues. In the same way, by letting go, you open space within yourself for peace, for healing, for new beginnings. So ask yourself, what would it feel like, right now, to put down just one stone? Not all of them, just one. To release one leaf and let it fall. Could you do that? Could you trust life enough to take that step? Remember, letting go is not a single act. It's a practice. Sometimes we release gently, sometimes we pick it back up again without noticing, and that's okay. The practice is not about being perfect, it's about returning, again and again, to the choice of freedom. When you hold a stone for years, your hand forgets what it feels like to be open, but the moment you release, the moment you unclench, the body remembers, your heart remembers. This is why meditation is so powerful. It gives us a safe space to practice releasing again and again until the mind learns a new way of being. So let's try one final image together. Picture yourself standing by a river. In your hand, you hold a bundle of worries, fears, regrets. Tie them up, see them clearly, and now place them on a small paper boat. Set that boat gently on the water. Watch it drift away, carried by the current, smaller and smaller until it disappears beyond the bend of the river. Notice how your body feels as the bundle leaves your hands. Notice the lightness, the quiet, the space that opens inside you. This is the gift of letting go, not the loss of something precious, but the return of your own freedom. Take another deep breath. Feel the ground beneath you. Feel your heart beating, steady, alive. And know this truth. You are allowed to put the stone down. You are allowed to be free. 4. Nurturing compassion. Take a slow breath. And imagine this with me. You've just set down a heavy stone you've been carrying for far too long. Your shoulders feel lighter. Your heart feels a little freer. For the first time in a long time, there's space inside of you. But here's the question. What do we do with that space? Because letting go isn't the end of the journey. It's the beginning of something new. And this is where compassion enters. I want you to meet Sarah. She's in her late 50s, a mother, a grandmother, and like so many of us, she's carried her share of grief. Her marriage ended years ago, but she still found herself waking up in the night with anger, with memories that replayed like a broken record. She once told me, even when I thought I had forgiven. One day, she joined a Buddhist meditation group. That evening, the teacher guided everyone into a practice, not just of letting go, but of compassion. The words were simple. May I be at peace. May those I love be at peace. May all beings everywhere be at peace. Sarah said something shifted in that moment. It was as if the anger she had carried for years was being washed in a river of kindness. She cried, not from pain, but from release. This is the power of compassion. When we set down the weight of resentment, of guilt, of fear, we are left with open hands. And with open hands, we can finally give. We can finally receive. The Buddha once said, hatred is never ended by hatred, but only by love. This is an eternal law. Think about that for a moment. We can let go of anger 1,000 times, but if we do not replace it with love, it finds its way back in. Just like an empty field, if you don't plant flowers, weeds will grow. Compassion is the planting of flowers in the space left behind after letting go. So now, let's practice this together. Close your eyes if you'd like. Place your hand gently over your heart. Feel your breath, slow, steady, soft. And repeat silently in your mind, or out loud if you wish. May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. Notice how it feels to offer this simple kindness to yourself. Not selfishness, not ego, just a gentle reminder that you too are worthy of love. Now, let's extend this compassion outward. Picture someone you deeply care for, a child, a parent, a dear friend. See their face, imagine them smiling, relaxed, free from all worry. And whisper in your heart, may you be safe. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. Feel the warmth that rises when love flows freely. And finally, imagine this compassion radiating outward like ripples on a lake, moving beyond your family, your friends, reaching even those you struggle with, even those you once held anger toward. Reaching strangers you'll never meet, reaching all beings in every corner of this world. And again say softly, may all beings be safe. May all beings be healthy. May all beings live with ease. This is not just imagination. Modern science shows us that compassion meditation rewires the brain. It lowers stress. It softens fear. It opens pathways to resilience and joy. But beyond science, in your heart, you can feel it. Compassion is medicine. For you, for others, for the world. And here's something beautiful. The more compassion you give, the more you have. It doesn't run out. It multiplies. Like a candle lighting another candle. The flame doesn't weaken. The light grows stronger. But maybe right now you're thinking, how can I show compassion to someone who hurt me? Isn't that too much to ask? It's a valid question. Compassion does not mean allowing harm. It doesn't mean forgetting what happened or pretending it didn't matter. It means releasing the poison from your own heart so you can live free. It means choosing love over bitterness. It means remembering, as the Buddha taught, holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. So, when you choose compassion, you are not excusing the harm. You are healing yourself. You are reclaiming your freedom. Sarah told me that after months of practicing this meditation, she felt a profound shift in her daily life. She was more patient with her children. She found herself smiling at strangers. She said even her body felt lighter. The burden she had carried for so long had turned into something else, into love. And this is the gift waiting for you. After letting go, fill that space with compassion for yourself, for others, for the whole world. Take one last breath with me. Deep in, gentle out. Place both hands over your heart if you can, and whisper once more, may I be at peace. May those I love be at peace. May all beings everywhere be at peace. Let these words be your anchor. Let compassion be your path. And let your heart, unburdened and free, become a light in this world. 5. Resting in stillness. There's a moment in meditation that feels almost like a secret door opening. When we've carried heavy burdens, worries about family, regrets from the past, or that quiet pressure to always do more, our minds rarely find rest. We may put down one worry, only to pick up another. It's like we're holding bags we never needed to carry. But when we begin to let go, something remarkable happens. Beneath the noise of thoughts and emotions, there is a space, a quiet space, a stillness that has always been there, patiently waiting. I'd like to invite you now into that stillness. Take a slow breath in, and then, gently, let it go. Notice the space between the breaths, not the inhale, not the exhale, but that tiny pause, like the earth itself is holding its breath. That pause is not empty. It's full of peace, of openness, of possibility. Many people spend their whole lives searching for peace outside through achievements, relationships, possessions. But the Buddha reminded us, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. When we rest in that pause between breaths, we're touching the very place where peace lives. Think of Sarah, a woman I once guided in meditation. She was a mother, a caregiver, always putting others first. Her days were filled with tasks, and her nights with anxious thoughts. She came to me saying, "I just want a quiet mind." At first, she struggled. Every time she closed her eyes, her to-do list showed up. But one day, during a simple breathing practice, she noticed the pause, that tiny stillness. She told me later, "For the first time in years, I felt like I was home inside myself." That is what stillness gives us, a home, a place where the mind and body can finally rest. So, let's practice together. Inhale deeply, letting the breath fill your chest. Slowly, exhale. Now, rest your awareness on the silence after the exhale. No need to chase it. Just notice it. That silence is a doorway. Step into it. As you rest there, you might feel your shoulders soften, your heartbeat slow. The world outside still moves, but inside, there is calm. You are not running, not fixing, not striving. You are simply being. And isn't that what our hearts crave? A place where nothing needs to be done, where who we are in this moment is enough. The Buddha spoke often about this kind of refuge. Not a temple, not a mountain, but the refuge of presence. He said, "Be where you are, otherwise you will miss your life." In this stillness, we return to our lives, to ourselves. Sometimes, though, resting in stillness feels uncomfortable. Our thoughts may rebel. The mind might say, "This is boring. I should be doing something." That's natural. We've been trained to chase activity, to equate busyness with worth. But here's the truth. Stillness is not nothing. It's medicine. It's the very soil where healing grows. When Sarah learned to stay with the pause between breaths, she noticed her anxiety loosening. She became more patient with her children. She told me, "I feel lighter, like I finally put down a weight I didn't realize I was carrying." And that's the gift of letting go, not just releasing pain or stress, but discovering the quiet joy beneath it all. So as you listen now, allow yourself to sink into that silence. Picture yourself sitting beside a calm lake at dawn, the water smooth, the air fresh, no rush, no demand, just stillness holding you. Breathe in, breathe out, rest. Feel how the body softens when you stop pushing. Notice how the mind opens when you stop chasing. This is not an escape. This is a return. If you stay long enough, you may notice something extraordinary. Stillness begins to speak, not with words, but with clarity. A gentle knowing arises. The problems that felt overwhelming shrink in size. The questions that haunted you don't feel so heavy. And in that quiet, you realize you already carry the peace you were looking for. This is what the Buddha meant when he said, "Within this very body and mind lies the path to liberation." Stillness is not outside of you, it's your true nature. So, let's linger here just a little longer. Inhale, exhale, rest in the silence. Feel it as a gift, a reminder, a sacred space that is always available, no matter what storms may come. Whenever life feels too heavy, remember, between every breath is a doorway to peace. Step through it, rest there, let it hold you. And when you open your eyes again, carry that stillness with you into your home, into your work, into the way you speak and listen. Let it be the quiet strength beneath every action. Because true letting go is not about abandoning life. It's about returning to it with a heart at rest. Conclusion. And now, gently, without any rush, I invite you to slowly bring your awareness back. Notice the room you're in, the subtle sounds around you, the soft rhythm of your own breath. If your eyes have been closed, let them open naturally, as though the world itself is revealing a new chapter to you. We have just taken a journey together, a very intimate one. It began with something so simple, yet so powerful, the breath. That first inhale, that first exhale, almost like the thread that ties us back to the present moment. From there, you touch the hidden corners of your own heart, those emotions that sometimes feel too heavy, too tangled, too complicated to name. And instead of fighting them, you simply sat with them. You allowed them to be seen. Then came the most tender step, letting go. Not by pushing away, not by forcing, but by loosening your grip like unclenching a fist that has been tight for far too long. Do you remember the feeling when you first noticed that release? It's almost like a door inside of you quietly opened, and suddenly there was more space, more air, more freedom. And from that space, compassion was born. Not just compassion for others, but compassion for yourself. For all the versions of you that have struggled, doubted, and carried weight alone. The Buddha once said, "You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection." And in that moment of compassion, you discovered what it means to truly care without clinging, to truly love without holding too tightly. Finally, you rested in silence. That stillness between the breaths, that gentle pause where nothing is missing and nothing is extra. That is the gift of letting go. Not an escape from life, but a deeper way of meeting it, with clarity, with peace, with a quiet strength that no storm can take away. And so, as you return to your day, remember this path we walked together. Breath, awareness, release, compassion, stillness. This is not just a meditation you practice once and forget. It is a circle you can return to again and again whenever the weight of life begins to feel heavy on your shoulders. Every inhale is an invitation. Every exhale a gentle reminder that peace is already within you. Perhaps, as you listen now, someone comes to mind, a friend, a loved one, maybe even yourself. From years ago, someone who could use this reminder of release and rest. If so, hold them in your heart for a moment. Offer them the same compassion you discovered today. And if you feel called, share this meditation with them. Sometimes the greatest gift we can give another is simply showing them a doorway back to peace.